Hey everyone, I'm Rob, and thanks for tuning in to another collaboration between the Knights of Horror and On the Fence Movie Review to bring you another episode of Slashback Friday. Now, in this episode of Slashback Friday, I'm gonna, switch things up a little bit and review. It was a special actually that came out. And it's a little more family friendly, although it has one of the most diabolical, sinister villains ever to grace the screen. And I'll get to that in 1 second. But the movie, our special I'm actually going to review is It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Hey, this isn't a Slashback Friday, but for Halloween time, this is one of my favorite movies to watch, just because it kind of gets you in the the fall kind of season, the Halloween season, and just the opening shot of this movie is Linus and Lucy, and that's who I'm speaking of when I say one of the most sinister villains to ever grace the screen is dear Lucy, because she's always pulling away that football from Charlie Brown. Just never gets that guy a break. We'll get back to Charlie Brown in a second, but just that opening scene with Linus and Lucy kind of walking to the pumpkin patch, and just the shot of them walking, you get all these colors, and they're fall colors, and they're beautiful colors, and just it kind of sets the tone for the movie, the season. And it's just like, oh yeah, like this is fall. Like, you got those oranges, those reds, those browns, and just the mesh of fall and all those colors together, and it's a beautiful shot. So anyways, the whole pretty much the whole movie is, I guess, a kind of a spin-off of Santa Claus and Christmas. It's Linus's belief in the Great Pumpkin. Now, the kind of the lore with this is that if you pick a pumpkin patch and you believe it's a sincere pumpkin patch, and you are a sincere person, and you believe that the Great Pumpkin will visit that pumpkin patch, that the Great Pumpkin will visit that pumpkin patch and bring toys and candy and for all the boys and girls and all the children. And that's kind of Linus's belief throughout the movie, or the special. And yes, this is Charlie Brown, but pretty much it revolves around Linus and him being in that pumpkin patch and just trying to convince other people that the Great Pumpkin is real. And he's writing letters to the Great Pumpkin, saying how he can't wait for him to come and show up, and that the pumpkin patch that he's gonna be at's the most sincerest, and he believes that the Great Pumpkin is real. And there's, as a kid, you take it for kind of what it is. It's a cartoon. It's cute cartoon. As an adult, I feel like I saw it more as like, that's just the kind of the belief of a child. Like, there's a Santa Claus, there's a Tooth Fairy, there's the Great Pumpkin, and it kind of just makes me smile a little bit, or a lot of it. But just kind of, that's pretty much the whole premise of the whole special. It's about 30 minutes. But there's things throughout the special with different characters that I really do enjoy. I'm going to kind of bounce around a little bit, and I'll kind of be kind of quick. It's only a 30-minute special. But my favorite character of all the Peanuts is Snoopy. Now, I know everyone loves Snoopy, but just there's little things that Snoopy does that make me laugh. And one that sticks out the most is Snoopy's laugh. He just has like that kind of annoying, loud, pitched laugh. And every time I hear him laugh, it makes me laugh. And he's always laughing at the funniest things. Kind of like, just something will happen and Snoopy just laughs. Or like, Lucy does something and Snoopy laughs at her. And it's just the way he laughs is funny. And, pretty much what they're doing throughout the special is, the kids they're getting ready for Halloween, because it is Halloween night. They're getting their costumes ready. They're gonna go trick-or-treating, and they're trying to convince Linus to go with them. They're all telling Linus he's crazy because there is no Great Pumpkin, but Linus still believes. And I actually believe that Sally stays with Linus a little bit, because she loves Linus so much, and she stays with him for a little bit as the special progresses. But we follow the kids. And also, another thing that you don't realize as a kid that you realize as an adult is that they're always picking on Charlie Brown, and he just can't catch a break. whether it be they're going trick-or-treating and every house they go to, Charlie Brown gets rocks. Everyone's getting candy or change, money, and Charlie Brown's getting rocks every house they visit. And they're at a Halloween party later on in the episode, and they're telling Charlie Brown, like, hey, come model for us. And so he's like, yeah, sure. And they end up just kind of drawing on the back of his head the pumpkin carving that they want to carve the pumpkin out of. So that's just, little things that I'm like, man, they're always picking on Charlie Brown. And of course, Lucy is always pulling the football away from Charlie Brown. And I'm pretty sure Charlie Brown grew up with sciatica or some kind of back issues from him falling all the time. That just got real serious right there, because I understand back issues. Anyways, but just overall, and there's this like little scene. I don't know. It really has nothing to do with the whole special together. But Snoopy's dressed up as a fighter pilot, and there's this whole like kind of scene where he is looking for the Red Baron, and he's on top of his doghouse, and he's, and I guess in his imaginations reenacting this whole thing, and just that whole little scene. It's kind of, it makes me smile, and just this whole special just kind of takes me back to when I used to go down my grandma's, and she would read the paper, and I would watch, I would look at the cartoon illustrations in the back, and the Peanuts would be there. So it always just takes me back to my childhood, and specifically this special takes me back to this time of the year, the fall, the change, the leaves, and just, the kind of the whole season of autumn and Halloween time. And in saying all that, there's really not too much that I'm going to nitpick about this and, kind of say, oh, I didn't like this or I didn't like that, because I really do enjoy this movie. And I'm going to say, if you have not seen It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, I'm going to say you should definitely get off the fence and check it out. Now, obviously, it is a dated cartoon, but the heart is still there. And I feel like if you just let that kind of, talk to your younger self, you'll enjoy this movie. It's got some funny stuff. There's some references that probably as a kid I did not get, but as an adult I'm like, okay, like I could see how a kid wouldn't get that joke, but as an adult I get the joke. So in saying all that, get off the fence and check out It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us. Thank you for watching these collaborations. Again, I'm having fun doing them. It's, again, super tough to pick out, kind of my favorite Halloween time movies. But I hope you're having as much fun as I am kind of going over them and just recapping all my Halloween time and movies kind of put there. But thanks for tuning in. If you like this, please hit that like button, subscribe for the Nights of Horror and On the Fence movie reviews. We got our Instagrams. Go ahead and check those out too. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you've seen It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or what's like another cartoon that kind of takes you back to when you're a kid and kind of just gives you the feels right in there. I'd love to hear about it and maybe even do a review on it one day. And saying all that, remember, before you go trick-or-treating, make sure your candy bag doesn't have any holes in it.